Hi, everyone. I am Executive Regional Vice President Artie Mendoza. I'm super excited to be here tonight. I don't know if to speak Spanish or English. I just came back from Sacramento doing both bilingual Discover Arbonne's and training. So I'm like, my brain is like trying to adjust. So I'm super excited because all our guest speakers tonight, we're also wondering, are we going to share in Spanish? I'm like, that would be a great idea. But tonight, for everyone, we would love to do it in English, and then we could probably do something on this side with all of us on there because we are bilingual, which is pretty awesome. I've never heard your stories, but before I move on, I just want to give a huge shout out to Yvette Campos, who's actually rocking her business. And she was like, why is Arbonne sending me all these things? She just received her DM bonus booster, which is an awesome RE9 set and a water bottle. So if you're a brand new district manager, make sure you earn those cash bonuses. She thought that she accidentally took somebody's bag, and I'm like, no, that's yours. Congratulations for working your business. Arbonne always awards you with the best gifts ever. And I'm super excited about that. I'm also super excited to see a lot of growth happening in all colors of Arbonne. I don't know if you've been watching, so many people are sponsoring. I think this girl just sponsored 20 new independent consultants in 1 month. She's been in the business for 90 days. And she is halfway to RVP qual from LA, San Fernando Valley. She's bilingual. She's sponsoring Rockstar. I know she's going to be on stage. I met her up in Sacramento, but she took a team from here to Sacramento. You guys will all meet her in Irvine, and I'm sure we'll get her on one of these Zooms as well. So I'm super excited that people are sharing and people are just catching on to all of your visions. So thank you again for being on. I'm going to go ahead and hand over the Zoom to our first speaker, who I've been in communication with. She's on Erin Farrell's Nation team, and she's just a rock star out of San Diego, California. So take it away, Rebeka. I don't know if you can unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you so much, Artie, for inviting me on this call. It's really such an honor to share, and I want to be respectful of everyone's time and not talk too much. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. So I was introduced to Arbonne by a family member who actually lived across the street from my parents' house. And at the time, I was beyond broke. I mean, I was paying my, I was paying my gas in like nickels and dimes. I was working full-time and part-time, so I had 2 jobs. I was a single mom with a 3-year-old at the time, and I was struggling. It seemed like no matter how many jobs I had, how many hours I worked, I was still struggling. It was still never enough. And I was also going to college at the time, and I shared a little bit about this with Artie, but I was going to college and I couldn't even afford my textbooks. So what I had to do is I had to go to the library, and with my iPhone, I would take pictures of the chapters that I had to read. And sometimes those chapters were like 30, 35 pages, which means I had about 60 like snapshots of the textbooks that I had to read, and I had to read them from my phone because I couldn't afford, $300, $400 textbooks. So it was pretty intense. And a big also reason why I decided to take a look at this business is because my daughter was in preschool or in childcare all the time because I was working so much. I didn't have the luxury of, being able to be a present mom. And it is something that I always wanted. And I never really, even though I wanted it so much, I never understood how I was going to be able to make that happen, working the jobs that I worked. And one day when I dropped her off at daycare, she asked me, she's like, Mom, how come all the parents come in and you don't? And that really hit home with me. I got really emotional, and I just realized that I needed something to change. I needed to find a way to still be able to, make an income and be a present mom. And so when I was introduced to this Arbonne opportunity, it really piqued my interest. I didn't know anything about the company. I had never heard of it ever before. And what this family member told me was, the first thing that she said was, you could work from your phone, you could work from home, you could, do this on the side. And that's what piqued my interest, is that you could build a business and build an income doing this in the nooks and crannies of your time. And that's what I wanted. I didn't want to go and get another job where I had to be clocked in, because that's how most jobs work. is that you have to physically be somewhere. You have to be clocked in order to get paid. And so I just couldn't do that anymore. I had extended my time. And so when she mentioned that you could build something, you know, from the comfort of your home, that really piqued my interest. And that's why I decided to really take a look at this opportunity. And I knew that this was going to be something that was going to change, you know, my everyday life. And I knew that this opportunity would be a vehicle to help me achieve all those things that I wanted, like the time freedom. So whether someone invited you on this call, or you just started your business, or you've had, you know, your Arbonne business for a while, I just wanted to share kind of really quick, just 3 tips that I feel like have been really important to my growth and my success with this business. The first one is to stay plugged in. So it's awesome, you know, all of you who stayed plugged in today, who are on this call today, that's awesome. You know, listening to SoundClouds and hopping in and watching videos, I think that's really, really important. Because when you don't stay plugged in, it's really easy to kind of just put this on the back burner. You know, it's $49, right, to start your own business with Arbonne, that initiation fee. It's really easy to not do anything with it. And I've seen that happen time and time again, where, you know, if you invested $150,000 to start a business, which, you know, I know businesses cost a lot more than that to start. I'm sure you'd be waking up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you know, every morning, every day, you know, trying to make that money back. And here it's only $49, which is crazy. So I feel like a lot of people take it for granted and they don't realize what a gift that they have. 2, personal growth. So that is huge. Again, SoundClouds, Audibles, you know, reading books. You know, we tell everyone, you know, we're no one's boss. You know, we basically have a volunteer army, and, you know, we're here to lead and help others grow. And we can't do that if we're not constantly learning ourselves. You know, being a good leader, you're never just a good leader, and you never have to do anything again, and you never have to read another. No, it's a constant growth. And if you want to lead a team, you have to be able to build those leadership skills. So that was number 2. And number 3 is, I know this is something that I've had to work on, is staying consistent. So a little goes a long way in this business. You know, I've had people say, you know, I'm going to dedicate 5 hours, 2 days a week in this business, and that's what I'm going to do. And from what I've seen, that doesn't really work. It's doing a little every single day. That's what's going to work. And that's what people are going to see, is you doing something every single day with your business. Because if you put, you know, 3-4 hours twice a week, I mean, you're not going to see the results. And it's easy, again, to kind of forget about it, put it on the back burner or whatever it is. And you're going to get tired. No one wants to do something for 4 or 5 hours, you know, and versus just, you know, spacing it out and doing it in the nooks and crannies. And this might be TMI, but even when I go to the bathroom, if I'm sitting there, I'm sending out a message. You know, it doesn't take that long. I'm sending 1-2 messages. I mean, you can find the time to work this business if you want. And I know I said I had 3, but I have 1 more. So it's to dream big. You guys, be all in. So if you play small, and if you go into this business like, okay, well, I'll see how this goes, I'm going to try. You guys, there is no try. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. You're either going to find a way to make this work or you're going to find an excuse. And I've seen a lot of times people's why, instead of using it as something to help them move forward, they'll use it as a reason or as an excuse to keep them where they are. So some people will say, you know, oh, I'm broke. I can't do this because I'm broke, or I don't have the time. No, you guys, you need to change that mentality, and it needs to change to, you know what, I'm broke. How do we make this work? I don't want to be broke anymore. What do I need to do? So I think that's huge, is letting your why help you move forward instead of keeping you behind. And there's this saying that I've heard time and time again, and it goes, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. No one wants to hear word vomit. No one wants to hear all the stats about Arbonne and what every single product does, and, you know, all our ingredients and what we keep out. And you guys, just be excited. You know, share this business, share the opportunity, share the vision. And that's what's going to pique people's interest. That's what's going to make people, you know, want to join you and want to do this with you. People want to follow those who know where they're going. So as long as you guys have vision and paint that vision for other people, I know you guys will be successful. So those were my 4 tips for today. Again, thank you for allowing me to share. I'm super, super honored. And I know that you guys, you know, this business can be such a blessing in your life, and you know, just take advantage of it. So, yeah.
All right, Albert, you're up.
All right, here I go. Oh, I know some of you or most of you have been in Arbonne for way longer than I've been and have already achieved levels of success that are only a dream to me. So I want to thank Artie for this opportunity to share where I am at the moment. And I hope what I say can be either a memory of where you used to be, or maybe shine some new light on areas that might be of interest to you. We're all in this business to learn, or at least I am, so here I go. I am originally from Barcelona. I'm an independent consultant for Arbonne in Philadelphia. I'm a dancer, teacher, choreographer, and father of a little one. And with my wife, Katie, we direct dance festivals for adults and children. I was introduced to Arbonne through the inspiring Youssef Sivers during summer camp. He was using the product, and over the 2 weeks, he slowly talked to us about the business opportunity. In the beginning, I thought that this could be a way to have great discounts at products that my wife would be using. I said yes because my wife had said yes a month earlier, because I'm very competitive as well, and because I had to. I didn't want to take other jobs and miss time from being with my family. And only later, I started really thinking about the business when I saw the opportunity to make money and support my artistic career through it. And my hesitations were the apparent simplicity of the steps, not believing in the system, not being very good at following anyone's system, always used to improvise my way through. And some of my fears were about what would they think? What would my dance colleagues in Europe think seeing me sell creams and makeup online? But I put my eyes on this misses when I realized that choreographing and teaching was not going to let me live the life I want, which is spending more time with my family. And the turning point was recently seeing my upline and my wife's progress in the business, their enthusiasm, and how they focus on their personal growth connected to the financial growth. And now I focus not only on the financial income, but on the nurturing of my hunger, feeding my appetite to reach out, to get out of my comfort, and to dream big. And I am falling in love with the process. So what if instead of focusing on the goals, you focus on the being? What if you focus on transforming you into the being that will earn and achieve your dreams? This creates massive leverage. What if you focus all of your light on your listening, your leadership, your love, your attitudes, your beliefs, your work ethic, your respect, your maturity, your generosity, your learning, your humility, your productivity, your consistency, and your creativity? Again, focus on falling in love with the process. I see myself about to take off with Arbonne. There's no way back. I'm learning and soaking everything that successful people in network marketing has to offer, looking for the right partners to come along with me. And Arbonne has already shown me a possible bright future full of people I care about, financial freedom, a family-based business, and I cannot stop thinking about this. So I'm going to share a few things that are inspiring to me at the moment. And this is a sentence that I started using with prospects. I used it today. We were having a drink. And when they ask you, what are you doing? I said, I own my own health and wellness business, and I help people with their health and their wealth. And when you say this, everybody was like, what do you mean? Did you say wealth? What is that? What did you say wealth? Is this a secret? And then I simply give them an overview of what Arbonne is to me, and an overview of how it works. So these two key words together, health and wealth, is something that throws people off and makes them interested. I wanted to share now a little excerpt of a book, The Go for No, that I hope all of you have read, but I think it's good to remember. It's about mining for gold. It goes like this. In the early days, gold was found by sifting in rivers with shallow metal pans, hence the phrase panning for gold. This went on for years until virtually all of the exposed gold had been collected. Eventually, however, the process shifted from looking for gold on the ground to looking for gold in the ground. The process involves digging shafts in the ground with large machinery, removing millions of pounds of large rocks, quartz, dirt, and debris, pulverizing the rocks with heavy iron crushers called stamps to find the gold. Then, this gave way to hydraulic mining, where pressurized water is used to blast away hillsides. The soil from the hillsides runs down into the valley where the salt and the water can then be separated. What's most interesting about most modern methods is that while the goal is to find gold, at no time during the process are the miners looking for gold. They are simply removing dirt. What anyone who has ever mined gold will readily tell you: if you're looking for gold while you're mining for gold, you will go mad. Why? Because there is so little gold. The most effective way to mine gold is to not look for gold, is to remove everything around that is not gold. The difference between success and failure in mining, meaning making money, is not just the removal of the dirt, it's how quickly and cost effectively the dirt can be removed. So go for no's. And there is a few, I'm going to close with 3 thoughts that I got from Pure Impact a few weeks ago. And the first one, give people grace. You never know what they're going through. So many times I've wondered why our prospects, you've had this for sure. You send a message and you think whether I said the wrong thing, use the wrong tone. But now after each reach out, what I do is, I pull out a cigar and enjoy it. And I give time to the prospect to reply. A mistake I used to do in the beginning was to be hang up on one prospect before reaching out to others. Now I reach out and move on. Second, be someone hard to offend. Remember, when people are saying no, they're not saying no to me. They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity, to themselves, or to their fears. So at no time, I will feel offended by what anyone says to me about what I do. No one has my life. No one's going to fulfill my dreams but me. No, sir, I will not be offended. And third, love everyone. When I came to the US, I'm from Spain. When I came here, I thought that everyone was saying, how are you? Nice to meet you, smiling, being very positive. And I was a bit suspicious, but the point is, I realized that this doesn't matter. I realized that positivity is contagious, and saying nice things to others, complimenting, if done consistently, and if it comes from the heart, it does generate more positivity and ultimately becomes true. So love everyone has become part of my job, and I like being very professional. So I love you all. Thanks very much for your time, and I cannot wait to learn from everyone listening right now. Thank you very much.
That was amazing. That was wonderful. Muchísimas gracias. And then finalmente, wow. Whew, I'm taking lots of notes over here. I love it. It's a great, I haven't heard that story since I started this business. So thank you so much for sharing it. I love it. One of my favorites by, I think Donna Johnson shared it in Temecula when I started this business. So thank you. Francis, you're up, girly.
Hello.
Muchas gracias, Francis.
My pleasure. No worry. Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me here. I'm actually very honored and thankful. Artie, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this today, and I love you for that. So, hello, everyone. I am Frances Reed. I'm an area manager with Arbonne International, like we all are. My story is that I was introduced through Arbonne I used to run Disney a long time ago. I was volunteering a lot, and I used to run a lot. And one of the volunteers there was this amazing man who was married to this beautiful woman who we all know, Wendy. So Wendy and I met, we got together. I wanted to help her, and because she wanted to introduce me to the brand, which I was one of those people that did not want to give it a second chance or not even a first chance. I was one like I said, no, not for me. Actually, I was a woman who worked in a corporate Fortune 300 company and a Fortune 500 company. So I was one of those that I had in my office, and that's because as a Latina, as a woman from Nicaragua who worked very hard to be where she was and whatnot, I was staying focused on just doing my business because I was a single mom for so long that I wanted to make sure that I was going to stay the course on working on the corporate world that I know was very much fixated on knowing that I was going to get paid and that I was going to have my benefits and whatnot. However, long story short, I married this don't know if I can call a gentleman now because what happened to me, hopefully will never happen to all of you. But there's the reason why I'm so proponent at being good at what I do, at loving the fact that we all do Arbonne, that I can do this from home. And that's because I married this man who basically became an abusive gentleman who actually I was abused. That was a long time ago. But anyways, my child, I had 2 little girls. And when I had my second child, there's a reason why my second child was a preemie. She was born when I was 24 weeks pregnant. It was one of the beatings. Actually, I can say that now. So she was 1 pound, 7 ounces. And I decided that in my life, I was going to do something for me, that I was not going to be able to depend on anyone at all but myself. I didn't even have my family to be there to even support me, because if you know some of the cultures that are very much into the part that they're how would I say it? The religion is when you're married to someone, you stay to them through thick and thin. So I was actually ostracized from my family because I was the one that I said, I am not staying in this, because the next thing they're going to see me is probably we're going to be in a coffin. So I decided that I was going to just go ahead and be on my own, and I was going to do it. So I did it. So one of the things that I'm very involved is in women of shelters, because I ended up being in a shelter at that point, because I was just going to not depend on him. And I know that by getting into what I love, and I'm going to tell you ladies, I'm in love. I'm enamored with Arbonne. And I always tell everybody, I'm in love, I'm enamored with Arbonne. And I tell my husband, honey, I have a lover. You're my husband, but I have a lover. My lover is Arbonne. Every morning, and I'm not kidding you, every morning I wake up and I say, first of all, thank God I'm alive. I always, even to this day, I always say, thank God I'm alive. But second of all, is always saying, oh my gosh, I have this amazing business that I love, that I'm so in love with. It's like, what can I do today that I know that either I'm going to ingest, or that I'm going to put in my body, or that I'm going to be, doing that. It's all Arbonne, because you know what? I know that I want to teach women who have been in my situation that we women, and also men, I'm going to tell, there's also have been men, that we can ourselves depend on just ourselves, that we can do this. And if we have this amazing vehicle that Arbonne can do for all of us to be able to share with others, create our own brand, create our own entrepreneur, have our own business that we can share with others and grow ourselves and grow them, that they can themselves, depend on themselves only. That to me is something that I want to accomplish in my life right now. That's why I am so in love. And that's why I'm so driven to make this lover that I have in my life, part of my everyday life, and share with everyone. And when I mean that I'm so excited every morning, I seriously am. You guys have no idea. Sometimes I make my husband crazy because I'm going, where's my digestion? Where's my nutrition? Where's everything? Because I love what we have. I love what it has done for me. But I know that this is the vehicle that is going to teach me to teach others, that you don't have to be at home and be afraid that you cannot have your own self-worth, your own money to pull forward, and be able to know that if anything, the part that we always say, are you ready for impact? You know how we always ask that question, are you ready for impact? I can tell you this is one of the things that this is an impact. To me, it was an impact. And the thing is that now I can teach those women. I volunteer almost every single day when I'm at home. Every morning I'm up at 3:30, 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. I go to the shelters. I help the little girls get ready while the moms are getting counseling. Because if you guys don't know, women who are in shelter, they can't take care of the babies. They still have this mental stage that they can't focus. So they have to be helped. So I'm glad that I get to do that now. I stay home. I work my business from home, because now my time is to volunteer, helping those mothers, helping those fathers, that they can't do this, that they have this vehicle in Arbonne to be able to make it theirs, to make it what they choose to. And let me tell you, they're going to be family members because of what you went through. They're going to help you. You're going to have family members. You're going to have friends. There's going to be those that you're going to be able to know who those are and who you can trust and who are going to be there to help you. Trust me, that's going to happen. I love that I'm able to have that, that, how would I say it? It's like corazón, that heart, right? It's like corazón, that heart, and that drive. That to me is my drive right now, because I know if I did it, I know you can do it. And I know that it will take you some time, and it's going to take you that big strength to get through it. But trust me, the most powerful thing is that when we lost that power, I always say I lost that power when I was made to feel like I was nothing, I was worth nothing, I remember being told I was never going to amount to anything. I remember said when I was told that I was going to go back, crawling back to him. And that's when I said, enough, there's no way, I can't do that. So trust me, this is something that I love doing, because this is the most amazing brand that is going to help you in knowing that you can do this. And trust me, you can. If I can, like I said, you can. One of the things that I'm going to tell you, the tips that I like to do and that I like to share with others, and I'm going to tell you my tips that I like to do. And I know what Rebeka said is to stay consistent. Rebeka, I'm there with you, girlfriend, because yes, you got to stay consistent. One of the things that I will tell you to do is one of the things that have worked for me was, if you can do this, go live. Go live and talk about your products. One of the things that I love to do, it doesn't matter what you talk about. I mean, you don't have to know all about the products. Unlike me, I like to know what's in it, to be honest. That's because it's me. We're all different. But that's because I'm that ADHD person that like to know everything. So, but do it. Stay consistent. My clients, my friends who are not client yet, because I know they will be, but they expect me, trust me, they expect me to be there. If I'm not there between 7 and 8:30, I get a text from them. I get a direct message from them. It says, where are you? Did I miss it? Did you post it? What happened? And that to me is telling me, yeah, they're watching me. And yes, they're expecting me to share. So if you make it consistent at a certain time, stay with it. If it's only 5 minutes, or if you're talkative like me, 45 minutes, do it. But at least you stay consistently. That's one of the things that I'm going to tell you. Do that and watch your business grow. And I'm telling you, that is like a no-brainer. Now, number 2, and by the way, you're going to fail. The first time you do it, the second time, you're going to fail. Who cares? Because you know what? They don't know that you're failing. They've never seen you talk. Because I dare them to do what you're doing, it's going to be the same. So they're going to appreciate you doing it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is one of the things that I love is, you know what? Is stay really close to your team. Stay close to your uplines, to your downlines, because you know what? We all help each other. My girls, my sidelines, my team who I have a consistent, one of the things I'm going to tell you, and this is amazing to me because it's worked really well. Every morning, I send them a little text. I have a little group, and I would say, good morning, girls. Hope you have a great day. And sometimes that sparks for them to ask questions, say what we're doing. And you know what also that creates? That when you're getting to that stage when you are needing the help and you are going for that goal, that goal that we all want, whatever that goal that might be, well, guess what? They're going to be like right there for you. And I love my team. I can't tell you how much I love my team. Oh my gosh, I love them to pieces. So just so you know, keep connected with them, because that to me is the most amazing thing. I come from I was director of HR, and I was, I know how it is when you have people next to you. So just treat them the best you can, like you want to be treated. And number 3, one thing that I want to do is, and I'm trying very much to do this, is I always, always, always try to be connected into your postings. Postings to me, it doesn't take, much time. Post at a certain time also, or post at as long as you're posting 2 to 3, maybe just 2 a day, post. They're posting every day. If it's only one on your Facebook and one on your Instagram, I don't do the other ones because, listen, this is a 52-year-old woman, 52, and Arbonne is Arbonne. But let me tell you, I am not like one of those kids that post all over. I don't know the other ones, but I'm going to tell you this. Keep posting. Keep sharing what you love. Wake up with a heart, you know, that is full of energy and enthusiastic for what you love. I know my goal is to focus in what I know I'm going to help women and men. So my morning is always, I know what I want to do because I know where my focus is going to. And but I'm going to tell you is that I love sharing Arbonne. I love my lover. I love what I have. So I'm going to say thank you. One of the things I'm also going to tell you, and I'm going to share this with you, is don't think what you can do in a month. Don't focus on what you can do in a year. Focus on the 24 hours that you just woke up. If you focus on that, do it. But don't overwhelm yourself with what you can do in a month, what can do in a year. And that to me has kept me very grounded, because if I knew what I have to finish in those 24 hours, do it. So for now, I'm going to say thank you, Artie. I hope it was okay that what I shared. But to those of you, I want to say thank you so very much. And Artie, thank you for having me. And I was very honored for you inviting me. So thank you, my Artie.
Wow, that was awesome, you guys. I mean, you guys have just re-inspired me. I don't know if you guys are all feeling what I'm feeling. It's like my heart beating really fast. That means I'm excited. Thank you guys. I am so grateful, and I really appreciate all of our guest speakers when they come on. And you guys are fabulous. You guys are MVP. You guys can train on stage at GTC if you wanted. So put that on your vision board and dream bigger, like you said. I'm going to leave you with this quote. Difficulties are meant to rouse, not discourage. The human spirit is to grow strong by conflict. Isn't that life? I love you guys. Have a great night, and I look forward to watching you grow. Thanks again, everybody. Anything I can do for your teams, I'm here. Thank you.